This high amount of tension, referred to as grip stress, results in an out-of-the-ordinary response in the INFJ. One of the introverted Myers-Briggs personality types, the INFJ, isn't particularly seen as impulsive. People with these personality traits are referred to as judgers, the J in INFJ, and are believed to lead planned, meticulous lives. I know it's not that easy because I'm an MBTI practitioner. I devote a lot of effort to elaborating on people's characteristics. Impulsive behavior is typically associated with perceiving personality types, which include INFP and ESTP. But INFJs frequently have episodes of rash, impulsive behavior. What is the origin of this and why? I'm going to take you on a journey into my own past to help you comprehend this INFJ personality quirk. When an INFJ experiences extreme stress, my then 3-year-old was jumping up and down next to me and repeatedly asking me when it would be snack time while I sat on the floor of my toddler's room rocking a crying infant in my arms. Will I ever get used to the noise and lack of sleep? I wondered as my stomach turned. I started to get a migraine and other unpleasant symptoms. I'm sure you can relate to this situation if you're a parent. Even if you don't have children, I'm sure you can recall a time when everything around you seemed like too much. When your coworkers were constantly interrupting you when you were trying to think. When your phone kept pinging excessively. Or when you had too many social commitments on your calendar. I felt a heaviness in my chest and a sense of helplessness in my heart as I carefully rocked my wailing baby back and forth. I adored my children more than anything. Yet I felt overwhelmed by my obligations. I simply felt like I couldn't open myself out wide enough to support all the people and things I so desperately needed to take care of as a work-from-home mother of 4. I finally leaped to my feet in an adrenaline rush. Fortunately, I didn't drop the infant as I dashed to the kitchen. I required vigor. I needed something, anything, to help me cope with the stress I was currently under. I reached into the pantry and brought out a box of Cheerios, a loaf of bread, and some fruit snacks. A few minutes later, as I continued rhythmically rocking my baby in the hope that she would ultimately drift into a more calm condition, I found myself grabbing handfuls of breakfast cereal and stuffing them into my mouth. I had, in fact, been attempting to shed the baby weight. Yes, I was annoyed by this looping behavior. But I required a coping mechanism. I no longer gave a damn about the repercussions. Later that afternoon, I found myself browsing holiday destinations online in a fit of impulsivity. At one point, I almost used my credit card to purchase my own airline tickets to San Diego. I didn't ultimately exit the page, slam my laptop shut, and lay my head against the corner of the table until I reached the confirm itinerary button on Travelocity. The burden of my obligations was like a huge boulder pressing down on me. I had the impression that I had to take some sort of action, anything, in order to exercise my freedom, feel the ugliness of life, and push this burden away from myself. How INFJs are affected by everyday stress. Depending on our personality types, as well as external factors like our environment, genetics, upbringing, and more, stress has a varied impact on each of us. Under stress, some people, particularly introverts, become withdrawn and contemplative while others only see doom and gloom in their future. Stress can initially make the INFJ more in line with their personality type. When under pressure, an INFJ can temporarily vanish from society and disregard texts, calls, and obligations. After some time, they might call a close friend to talk about their problems and anxieties. But at a different level of stress, an INFJ exhibits a stronger, unusual response. Grip tension is the name for this kind of pressure. Grip stress when it all becomes too much. When you, as an INFJ, have used up all of your mental energy and are utterly exhausted, grip stress sets in. Stress like this is more severe than regular, controllable stress. Grip tension would be the cause if you ever get the sensation of flipping a switch and changing into a completely different person when you are overwhelmed. When you suffer grip tension, it means that you have used all of your usual strategies for managing and thinking. It's possible that you're ill, going through a breakup, experiencing tremendous sadness, or managing physical tiredness. Grip tension affects all personality types at certain stages in their life. Even though it can be painful, it happens frequently and is occasionally inevitable. The psychology of grip stress. You rely on the following 4 mental operations or cognitive functions as an INFJ. Introverted intuition is the dominant function. Extroverted feeling, a supportive function. Third level function, introverted thought. Extroverted sensation is the inferior function. You live and breathe introverted intuition in your day-to-day activities. You can see underlying themes, patterns, and trends thanks to this feature. Extroverted feeling encourages intuition and aids in decision-making that considers the needs of those around you. On a daily basis, you would rely on intuition and feeling to understand people, empathize with them, and make choices that could lead to harmonious outcomes. However, this is not a discussion about daily living. We're discussing grip stress. When you experience grip tension, your inferior function, known as extroverted sensation, takes control of you. It's challenging for both INFJs and INTJs to use extroverted sensation effectively, which is why it's referred to as the inferior function. Personality, the 3-year-old function, is what the hacker refers to as the subpar function because of its extremely young age. Extroverted sensation, what is it? Total absorption in the sensory environment is the main goal of extroverted sensation. It's the mode you use to focus on the small elements all around you and appreciate them for what they are. It involves engaging as much as possible with the present moment through taste, touch, and interaction. Extroverted sensation isn't very concerned with deeper implications, long-term implications, or intuition's worries, especially not at a lower degree of development. As a result, if you're an INFJ experiencing extroverted sensation, you typically regret how immature, careless, and reckless you used it. The following are some ways that extroverted sensation may appear during stress. You experience a restless need to shop and purchase unnecessary items. You overindulge in food or alcohol. You speed along while playing loud music in your car. You have stronger than usual urges for sex or physical contact. You work out until you're wholly physically spent. You feverishly clean your entire home in an effort to make it appear perfect. To release some of your anger, you punch the wall or kick a piece of furniture. Various lesser extroverted sensation manifestations exist, and they mostly depend on the problems and cravings you are now experiencing. However, impulsivity is the common denominator behind all of these statements. Whether it's by making your kitchen spotless or venting your rage on a punching bag, you feel the want to immediately exercise your independence and power over the world around you. Healthy strategies for handling stress. Many grip stress symptoms can be harmful to you and your relationships, so let's conclude this video with some effective methods for managing stress and even breaking free from the grip. Any personality type dealing with stress will benefit from these coping skills. The objective is to discover a way to interact with the outside world in a healthy way if you are an INFJ. Run while listening to a motivational playlist. Exercise some yoga while sipping a glass of cold water. Deep breathing exercises and calming images should be used to promote relaxation. Eat a nutritious snack while paying close attention to every ingredient. Eat gently to fully appreciate it. Play your favorite music loudly and jive about the home. Spend some time outdoors gardening, swimming, hiking, or simply taking in your surroundings. To completely absorb your emotions, write them down in a journal and then read them aloud to yourself. Drive within the speed limit while enjoying your favorite music. Final thoughts. You're not alone if you feel like you're being caught up in a tornado of impulsivity, stress eating, or grip stress. My heart goes out to you, I truly do. Like a lot of other INFJs do. This is one of your mind's built-in mechanisms for handling overwhelm, avoiding developing negative habits that you'll regret later on by finding some quick, healthy ways to relieve your stress.